Hi guys and welcome back to Tekkify. Now this is a nighttime recording. This is pretty much straight after I did my my trees thing, which is outside. Now I want to add a word on storage. As you might see in front of me, I've got a ton of chests here. There are various ways to store things in Tekkify. Obviously you've got your basic chest, which you get in vanilla, which is a 3x9 area, and double chest, which is a 6x9 area. Not really sure. 6 by 9. There we go. Not really showing that the right way around. However, you do obviously have these other chests here. I do not recommend them compared to other systems. However, if you need storage to begin with, these are excellent. But a word, these are ordered in size, and there is no crystal chest, mostly because there is no size difference, but also because it's banned and I literally cannot craft it. Which is a real shame, but actually it is a lag factory, so banning it makes sense when it's not the most powerful server in the world, or you just want to reduce lag. Okay, so, out of the, this is the iron chests mod. So, of them, you have the copper chest, which is effectively a tiny bit smaller than a double chest, but it's in a smaller space, so it's got 2 extra rows on a single chest, and 1 less than a double chest. I'm talking wooden here, which is pretty good, actually. So for size to storage ratio, it's pretty good. However, the iron chest is exactly the same size as a double chest. You'll notice 6 by 9, and here it's 6. Oh, actually no, is this 6 or no? Hang on a minute. That doesn't. I think it just displays. Yeah, it displays differently because it comes with a large chest here and inventory here, whereas here it doesn't. Sorry, confused me for a moment. So, 6 by 9, exactly the same size as a double chest, even if the graphics don't seem quite right. Then we go 1 up again, which is silver, as extra row again, actually extra 2 rows again on that. So that is an 8 by 9, and then we have gold, which is a 9 by 9 area, 9 by 9. So you've got triple the storage of a single chest. However, the diamond chest, which only requires 2 diamonds to make from the gold chest, and unlike this, if you take a standard chest and you were to surround a single chest with iron entirely, that's 8 iron, you make this, and then you have to surround it with 8 gold to make this. You only need 2 diamonds from the gold chest to make that. Now the diamond chest has a full 3 extra columns compared to the gold chest, so it is 9 by 12. That is a whole other small chest on top of the gold one, which is a major improvement, which means this is basically the biggest amount of storage you're going to get. People will yell at me and say, no, but the alchemical chest stores more. Yes, but we don't have EE, and frankly EE is still overpowered. Even now at EE3 it's still a little OP. Thorncraft is better. Anyway, so these are actually really easy to make. Now don't forget how to look things up in NEI to see the things. Go chest, and then see here, and copper chest, recipe, standard chest plus copper, silver chest, copper chest plus silver, or iron chest plus glass and silver. So if you kind of want to skimp out on your resources, it's pretty easy to do. So iron chest can only be made like this, copper chest can only be made like that. So if you want to skimp out on everything, you cannot skimp out on copper, but you can skimp out a little bit on all of the other resources. Crystal chest is just a diamond chest with loads of glass, but a diamond chest, as you can see, is either a silver chest and 3 diamonds, or a gold chest and 2 diamonds, which depending upon your resource usage is actually kind of viable, because you don't have to waste loads and loads of diamonds. But these are the worst types of storage. Personally, I prefer these 2 types of storage down here. First off, we have drives in our ME system. Now here's the thing: a 1K drive can store quite a bit of storage. I do not know exactly, but it's 63 types and so many bytes used. You just have 1 type, and you can have the maximum amount of that particular type. But the more types you have, the less you can store of each of it, effectively. So if you have 2 types, you take quite a bit more space. It's a really weird way of doing a style of like directories and computers and stuff. That anyway. So this is quite useful. However, a 1K storage, you need 3 times the materials of a 1K storage to make a 4K storage. You need 3 times the materials of a 4K storage to make a 16K storage, and effectively you need 3 times the amount of that to make a 64K storage. which is 3, 3, and 3, which means 27 times the materials of the original to create 64 times the original storage, which is a saving of over half. That's pretty good on resources. I mean, you've got to be pretty happy about that. So, yeah. But the second, and my favourite personally, is the deep storage unit. It has sides you can pull in and out of, it combines well with an ME system if it's integrated properly, and its maximum storage is 2 billion. I don't think you're ever going to fill that up. It only stores one type of item, but you're not going to fill that up. Like, I've got my cobblestone DSU downstairs, that's been running for days, and it's only on 40 million. There's no... You could hack it in if you really wanted to, but let's be honest, trying to legitimately fill one of those things is extremely hard. I'm sure it's been done. Oh, is there a creeper outside my window? Oh, hello. Shoot it. Unfortunately, I have a lot of kickback on my gun. Gunpowder. Thank you. That's always nice to have more. So yeah, that was a word on storage. There's also the fact that project benches are handy as well, because you can put the crafting, put the materials here, and it doesn't lose it as well, so you can just leave them in there as extra storage. But then there's this beauty, an ender chest. Now, at the moment mine is unlocked, and you need to tap it with a diamond to lock it to you, but first off you need to put a color code in, which creates a unique channel for that particular chest. You create that channel, and then when you make other ender chests, you make it with the same color coding, and it will match up with this one and connect to this one only. So as soon as you locked it, it's locked to you. Anyone else who tries to interrupt that channel won't really get in. I think I haven't done it. The point being is these 3 colours are effectively a code to linking them. It's a bit like the Tesseracts in their numbered channels, so I don't know. With the amount of colours there is and the amount of possible combinations there is of this, the amount of variety in channels you can get with these chests is actually larger. If you think about it, how many types of dye are there? Okay, we've got all of these types of dye, and there's not to forget that we have ink sac, lapis, and there you go, eventually, here we go. So, that many types. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 types of dye. 16 by 16 by 16. And that's a pretty big number. I'd probably flash on the screen what the number actually is right now, like flashing away, or something. And of course, the number compared to Tesseract, which its number can only go up to 999. So that is less. I don't even know the numbers. The 16 by 16 by 16. I already know it's larger than 999. Of course, if the Tesseracts can actually go to 9,999, that might be a bit of a different story. But hey ho. Point being is the ender chests are extremely useful because you combine them with ME systems, and it's an extremely useful way of moving items without having to go to the effort of building an item tesseract. Go for an ender chest. There we go, ender chest. Generic ender chest, it's just obsidian, blaze rods, wool, ender pearl, and chest, whereas compared to making the tesseract, it may or may not be easier. Because you've got a, let's see, item tesseract, you've got to provide silver, tin, and pneumatic servo. But the untuned tesseract, you have to provide 16 ender pearls worth of resonant ender into that thing, and even this requires hardened glass, tin, diamond. No, I didn't want to go that way. Let's go back and back. There we go. Hardened glass itself requires pulverized obsidian and lead. It's quite a complicated, long process, whereas this is a little easier to make. But once you've got the tesseract systems, they are kind of more useful in some senses, because you can wire multiple ones up to each other and in various ways. I don't know, it's much of a muchness in the end of the day. I will use whatever's to hand. But that's pretty much all I have to say on the storage front. I tend to use ME mostly, a few chests for extra items that are scattered around, especially when I can't fit everything I want to into my ME system. Because, you know, a bunch of these are full, and I got 2 64k storages, and they're pretty full. Despite the fact that the number of bytes used in them is like under half, and over half there, but the number of types is getting quite high, so once it hits the maximum number of types, I'm going to add more of that type of item that's already in it to fill up the rest of the space. I can't add more different things, so having all 64k storages isn't necessarily a good thing. Don't forget also, for bees, you need an indexer. You can't have anything else. It just doesn't work. Because having them in ME is pointless. Indexer is basically infinite space for bees. All you really need... how do you make an indexer again? Indexer, a pierce machine, diamond, redstone, lots of chests. No, I don't know how to make redstone. Sturdy casing, which is a bunch of bronze, surrounded by some copper and some redstone. It's really easy to make. Anyway, that'll do for this episode. I shall see you guys next time.